was the 1960s.
What was he like before all of this?
He's always been around. I always see him popping up somewhere. Yeah? But you can tell a man's character when they fight. And I remember when I first saw him, he's younger than me. And he was lean and tall, and he fought a few of the tough guys on the circuit. And you could never beat, like, he'd always go to the end. Where the Iranian guy he fought, who was a notorious guy, Reza, he was on the streets wrecking, I don't want to say his name, in jail, feared, 6-second knockouts, and he was about, I don't know how old he was.
18.
18.
And I remember that fight because I was really sick that
Having
week.
a war with one of the toughest guys.
Not
only in the
professional fight, like
professional.
Oh, professional.
But
Okay.
This guy was feared. Like literally, this
Right.
guy fought Jimmy Manuwa, who was like a UFC fight on that level in those
Okay.
days. Ahead of his time, feared out of jail. Good friend of mine, you know, but a complete nutcase. And he was hanging there, and you look at him, you think, no, what? This is a mismatch. And they're going to war. You'd have to kill him. Or make sense. I remember then, everyone would book him then, because so when you see a guy in a fight, you can see a lot about him.
Right.
You can't hide under the lights of the ring. You know, there's an old saying: all the training comes out when you're in that ring. So you can't be a world champion and be a clown, or it takes a lot of things. A lot of men will never understand or feel. And I always say to every man, you want to feel the ultimate feeling, apart from having kids, of course, but being a Muslim, but is winning a fight. 100%. I don't care who you are. Money, drugs. You say it.
Really?
There's no
It's
feeling.
instinctive,
There's
right?
no feeling to any man winning a fight. Put your hands up. The people. I'm not lying. It's from the beginning of time, from wars, from Khalid bin Walid to Genghis Khan to Alexander.
Power,
and losing has the same negative effect.
Negative effect, but then it's the hunger of going back. It differentiates the men from the boys as well. But any man who steps in that ring or cage, you respect their warriors, because it takes a lot. We were saying that we went to an arena the other day to watch a game, but that feeling of you're backstage getting wrapped, you hear someone's been knocked out, you're next, the cheers, it's like this tunnel, it's like the Colosseum. Doesn't matter where you fight. And it's an alpha male thing, and that's why men and women are different. And to every guy out there, you have to experience it once. It changes your life. Every man needs his ass kicked once in his life to be a man, in my opinion. And the guys who are cocky, stupid and leery, and all these guys who are against him have never had a fight in their life or been hit. I'm telling you.
Speaking of the World Cup, I mean, we're talking about sports. It's happening now in Qatar. Do you think Cristiano is gonna retire?
I think for 4 million a week, no. For what I'm hearing, Saudi, and I think he can do what he wants. I respect him. I like him as a man, legend of the sport. I think everyone's day comes in sport. Like,
how old is he now?
37, 36, but for football. It's like Andrew. I get calls all the time, and I'm the one saying to him, don't fight. For what? You're a world champion. You're wealthy. Guys who fight are broke. I'm being honest. Like, it's a passion to an age, and then when you keep fighting, you see these ex-pros. It's a paycheck. You can tell me all you want. They're fighting for a paycheck. You don't need to.
You lose your legacy like that.
It's all about legacy. It's hard to wake up from silk sheets and go running in the morning. There's no saying.
He's got 2 daughters. That legacy is
that's the thing. But Cristiano hasn't got nothing to prove. Now it's about business and money. He can do what he wants. But for my point about the Qatar World Cup is the West is racist and biases. It's just got to stop.
But they showed themselves though, because so many positive things have come out of Qatar. They showed themselves.
I think that they're an example. I think for now, alcohol at stadiums should be banned, because I was there at a game, English and Welsh, normally with cocaine and alcohol there, someone's getting bottled, headbutted, someone loses. There was no violence. Everyone got on. The place is safe, and I think that's a testimony to the GCC and the government of Qatar. Their stance, they stood firmly against that rainbow agenda. They took the stick, and I respect that. A lot of people would have caved in and gone, okay, let's put flags everywhere, let's put rainbows and let's heal the world. They said no, and the West can say what they want, but I respect them. As a nation, I really...
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, 2 points about that. One, we just said it, or you just made the point earlier that by restricting things and removing things, life can be better if you actually place boundaries, and we just talked about it with the alcohol in stadiums. That's a perfect example of it. And also to tie into what we were saying earlier about agendas and how the Matrix are doing things on purpose. What the fuck has football got to do with this agenda they're trying to push?
Insane,
they're completely unrelated. They've just taken something popular, the most popular sport in the world, and they've taken one of their agendas they've tried, and they've just fucking stuck them together and say, fuck you. And it's bullshit. It's garbage. It's insanity. It's nothing to do with each other.
The halftime will be spent talking about LGBT issues.
It's nothing to do with each other.
I didn't even realize it was football on. I just thought it was an LGBT program.
Matrix programming. Matrix programming. They're trying very hard. Matrix programming. And like
and they're winning in that regard. They've indoctrinated most of the world. But who's your money on today, Morocco or France?
I'm praying for Morocco.
Let's pray for Morocco. Can we pray
For sure.
for Morocco? Let's pray for Morocco. Inshallah.
Historical, but
Paris is getting set on fire either. Paris is burning.
For sure.
If you have a Lambo in Paris, put it in the garage.
I feel sorry for Parisians
it's done.
tonight.
It's done.
Marbella was
Alas.
lucky.
It's going to be a nightmare tonight. But
No.
inshallah, let's see. But it's still good that they got this far.
Oh, it's amazing,
amazing,
and
yeah.
even though football, we don't really care for football. Let's be
It's
honest.
not your sport? Not your thing?
For me, individual sports, like we said, for me, the ultimate sport is fighting. From the beginning of time, for the Greco-Romans, Spartans, mano a mano. For me, that's the only sport. Football is good and things, but listen,
You
there's
can
no
take it or
sport
leave
like
it.
combat.
Of course.
And like when you're younger, like I remember I was young, you go to a club, there's like Ronaldo, Gaza, Lineker. But when Mike Tyson's sitting in a corner, everyone's like, wow,
Yeah.
alpha. He can beat everyone up. He's rich. It's Tyson. Ronaldo wants a selfie.
Yeah.
Khabib comes. There's a different
All
watching.
the movie stars go to the big boxing matches for a reason.
Yeah.
Every man watching or kid will say you can have any sports star. Djokovic, I mean, who cares? All right, nice guy, but Djokovic is over there. That's great. There's Mayweather. There's Khabib. Fighting has this thing as kids. We like He-Man. We like WWF. We like Rocky Balboa. It's instilled in them since the day beginning of birth. So you can't change that.
Yeah.
As much as you want to push an agenda to wear a skirt or play with Barbie.
Yeah.
Men love He-Man. Tough to survive. I'm the hardest. Since in the back of school parks, you're fighting. I'm the strongest. I am. Headlock punching your brother.
Yeah.
And I know we're supposed to be wrapping up, but that is innate and it's biological, and that's what they're attacking. That's what's happening here. They're trying to attack that and say that that's not the idea of masculinity. You don't have to be that way, etc. And the point I want to make about all of this, the final point about it, is how dangerous that truly is, because this idea of masculinity being under attack and people saying that, men don't have to be real men. They don't have to stand up and do what they're supposed to do and have a hard time. They can be more emotional and be softer, etc. Do you know what you get when you get men who can't control their emotions? Violence.
Yeah.
Every school shooter, every fucking rapist, every murderer.
and
These are men who
right.
cannot control their emotions.
You're
You
right.
tell a man, I say the part of being a man is acting the right way regardless of how you feel. Whether you're happy, sad, you have to act like a man's supposed to because of your honor and duty. And society is saying, no, you can act how you feel as a man. That creates murderous, rapists, school shooters, and idiots.
And domestic violence.
And
is
domestic
also-
violence.
Domestic violence is
She
the biggest
pissed you
concept.
off.
Yeah.
You better keep it
Punching her in
chill.
the throat.
You know,
Yeah,
that,
it's like- it's
telling
domestic
men not to
violence.
control themselves. You can see how quickly how society will degrade.
Yeah.
Very quickly. It's all garbage and it's done on purpose. And you wonder why crime rates are through the roof. And bro, shaitan. I'm never going back to the West. I'm staying here.
No, honestly, I think, you're right. You spotted those. The West doesn't like it.
Yeah.
The people that don't like have an agenda. It's a fact, because I've gone through hours. I was thinking, what was so bad what he said? I literally had to look at everything they said. I was like, huh? Like, there's much worse, like you say. Cardi B's last song, going off topic, it plays on Chris Frey, this Radio Virgin.
First thing in the morning.
No,
as
it's
well.
like, I am, everything's dubbed. Why are you playing the song?
Yeah.
No, listening to it on radio, it's all dubbed. That's how
Yeah.
vulgar it is. And Western society said, we don't like gangs, we don't like violence, we don't like gun culture, but yet they'll pay millions of dollars for a rapper to come and perform on stage in England.
Yeah.
And they'll promote it. So you don't know what you're doing yourself.
Well, thank God for Dubai, I guess.
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah for
Dubai.
Islam.
Best city in the world. I was in London for 6 months over the summer, and I was literally
I'm
like,
sorry for you.
I was
apologize.
so depressed, and then as soon as I landed, I have to say this: Dubai is the best city. You love it, right?
Hands down.
It's the best. I can't believe I get to live here. I've been here a couple of years, and I still can't believe I get to live in such an amazing city. It's the best,
Hands down.
especially as a
That's
woman.
a testimony to the leadership.
Yeah,
you can have money, you
absolutely.
can have countries. Leaders make countries,
It's
leaders make
incredible.
cities, and his vision, he's made it a safe haven. It's safe, it's got money, it's got the best of everything.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, safety, the way to make money, the tax. I mean, I was in a restaurant the other day, I saw him. He has no security. You can greet him. You can't. If you saw Boris Johnson in a restaurant, he's going to have about 5,000 people around him. People are going to start wanker at him. No one cares for him. The sheikh drives around on his own, shakes hands with people, gives what you want. I've seen people go up to him saying, my wife's sick or I can't do this, and they look after you.
Yeah,
So that's why the
it's amazing.
people love him as a leader, because he looks after the people, hence the community's right, the safety's good, and you need more countries like the Arab
Dubai,
world
yeah,
in the
it's
world.
incredible.
I think the
Nailed it.
whole world will be better.
Incredible.
You nailed it.
Yeah, that's
You
exactly
spent
it.
6 solid months in London.
I know. I was so depressed. I couldn't believe this was my life. And as soon as I landed, like this, it was instant antidepressant. As soon as you land, so you don't have depression. You just live in London.
That's
Just
right.
move.
I'm not going to get into that one with him now about
Yeah,
depression,
you
because
don't-
people will come hit me with that
You
one.
don't have depression. Just move. Khayala, come on. Let's just move. It's amazing.
Thanks again, Lubna,
No, thank
Sadia,
you
coming,
guys. Thank
and our
you.
special guest. I wanted to do this purely because A lot of people say it's always guys. You always sit with the guys with Andrew Tate. It's all guys, and wallahi, as a Muslim, nothing was pre-planned here. I didn't tell him to say anything, and I just wanted to prove a point that it's all fake. Women also support the system. There are women out there who understand how life should be, and I think you guys should speak up more.